So recently somebody forwarded me a very interesting case study. The case study was predicated on the effects of free-base testosterone levels on an individual that would abstain from ejaculation for 300 days with the lab results. And I'm going to show you those results right now. So guys, what I'm going to do, because I want to give all credit to the creator here, is I'm going to link the story in the description below. Please go and read it for yourself. But you know, if you'd like me to read it, I'm going to do that here. That's what you all came here for. So this individual thought he would go ahead and post his testosterone blood drawn results from his last streak, which lasted about 302 days. He's gone from masturbating once every 4 days on average for the last 15 years straight to going without any porn, no masturbation, no sex. He also remarks that he was single throughout this period. Now, you know, he kind of mentioned here by happenstance that he found that he did a free-base testosterone lab result test prior to learning about semen retention. He stumbled onto some of my content, some other people's content, and the notion of semen retention and the practice, and he just thought, you know, why don't I do like a little experiment on myself and see.
By the way, if you don't know, the most common cited study of semen retention and nofap on testosterone is that there is a 140% increase. Or your testosterone goes up to 140%, which means that it goes up by 40%, which means that it goes up by like 0.4 or 1.4 times. So if your testosterone is 500 nanograms per deciliter on average, after 1 week of nofap, it could potentially be, at least cited in this one particular study that's like very commonly used to discuss nofap and testosterone, you could see a increase to 700. So potentially, if you are on 500 nanograms of testosterone per deciliter, you know, whatever the metric is for total testosterone, and you know, free testosterone, we expect it to be relative or whatever, but of course there can be differences and sciencey fucking jargon and shit. But just roughly, if you're on roughly 500, then maybe you could go up to about 700 after a week of nofap and semen retention and everything. But interestingly, what that study found was that after about a week, the effect on testosterone from nofap actually starts to diminish, and it goes back down again to just above base level. So it's interesting that your testosterone spikes, not spikes, but gradually increases by about 40%, and then after that it kind of like slows back down. So it's almost like it goes up pretty substantially to kind of tell you like, bro, come on, let's fuck, come on, let's get it. And then when you've not had sex for about a week, it kind of realizes like, oh yeah, he's a loser, just take it away, he doesn't really need it. That's so far the major cited study that people use to discuss nofap and semen retention and testosterone. And this isn't exactly a study, this is just some Redditor's account, and he might be lying and whatever, but hopefully we can take some learning lessons from it.
See what happens to my free-base testosterone. So he's already had lab results of when he was in that kind of degenerate lifestyle, and then he's done a free-base lab result every single month into that 300-day streak. So what he's done is he's got the results right here, so you can kind of see on my screen. This is the lab test taken in August, 2 months before the beginning of his streak. This first free-based testosterone test he's ever taken, and as you can see, he's barely above the normal range established by the algorithm for men his age, and he's 28 at 68 pg/ml. And pg/ml just stands for picograms per milliliter. So 68 picograms per milliliter, and like he's mentioned, that's just above low on this particular company. So now this individual is is taking another test, and this was during No Nut November, which is the first month of his streak, and he's climbed up substantial markers. It's gone from 68 to 114, and he's right in the middle, what we consider normal. Now, here's where things get interesting, ladies and gentlemen, or gentlemen, no any ladies in here. So these lab results are from December, and this was around the second month into his streak, and as you can see, he's now above the upper range of normal for men his age. So 212, gone from 68 to 212 in 2 months. And then we've got next month, third month, January 2022, slightly higher than previous month at 226. And I believe that's actually the peak results he's got here. So he's gone from, if we want to do it properly, let's say 3 months, he's gone from 68 picograms per milliliter to nice. 212. So he's tripled his testosterone in 3 months just through practicing abstinence. He does go on to include more results. You can see here, we've got 226, and then February he's gone down a little bit, 171, still pretty high. And then he's gone back 197 next month. He's gone back down to 179 in April. He's gone back up to 201. And of course, there's going to be fluctuations depending on lifestyle and other characteristics that we just can't control, of course. And then he does have quite a significant dip in July, but he did note here. So 8th month of his streak. but he did take a break from weightlifting. So he wasn't lifting weights in this month, which, you know, is also credence to the fact that you have to transmute that sexual energy. You have to be lifting weights. You have to be exercising, because that's made a significant difference. Still significantly higher than when he was masturbating. You know, he's still doubled his testosterone with the integration of abstinence into his life without lifting weights, which is hugely significant.